Yes, good evening and welcome. This is a very exclusive interview with a gentleman that a lot of the diaspora and those Nigerians around the world must have seen or heard about, Gbola Oba. Good evening and thank you very much for joining Ola Yomi Koiki and the Koiki Media. It's good to see you again, and I know the reason why you are in United Kingdom or London precisely is because there's something big, something very important that you are bringing to the diaspora. What is it that we're expecting? Or let me put it this way, maybe for those that might not know or heard about you, who is Gbola Oba?
Oh, I used to be a practicing journalist here. About 10, 11 years ago, I returned back to Nigeria. But when I got back to Nigeria, I decided to reevaluate the kind of journalism I do, and I went into what I now call developmental journalism. What is developmental journalism? Journalism that positively impacts its community in terms of human capacity development to start with, and physical infrastructural development. In articulating that, I was able to combine forces. With a Nigerian automotive mechatronics engineer who also returned from the United States of America. And about 8 years ago, I convinced him that we needed to start a training school around him to replicate him in young Nigerians, and also use him to empower skills upgrade roadside mechanics in Nigeria to be able to serve the middle class better, because a lot of roadside mechanics are getting disillusioned with the new computerized technologies in modern automobile, and many of them were messing up people's vehicles. To cut a long story short, 7 years down the road, that training school has graduated more than 4,000 mechanics through our training program, our 3-month training package, skills upgrade or skills acquisition training package. And as I'm talking to you now, there are more than 400 businesses across Nigeria. Indeed, there's no major city of Nigeria where I don't have a young millionaire who is running his own business, and averagely those businesses have average of 6 employees. The outstanding success of automedics, the outstanding success, even for us too, as the automedics group, we grew literally from one workshop inside the Lagos Television Complex to 17 branches across Nigeria, franchises. And like I said earlier on, more than 400 of my alumni run their own businesses and they are doing well. The outstanding success of automedics about 5 years ago convinced me that I needed to translate the same methodology, combining forces with Nigerian building and construction experts from all over the world, especially the leading construction markets in the world: Dubai, United Kingdom, United States of America, South Africa. Get Nigerians who are functioning in those markets to combine forces with me and start an ultra-modern, cutting-edge building and construction training school.
And how has that been in the last, a year that this kickoff, which I'm aware of around November last year?
We opened school last November after a 4-year globetrotting experience that I had convincing the experts. But Nigerians, these guys are the best in the markets where they operate. We opened school about last November. Is less than 1 year since we've opened school. These youngsters who are ready to soak excellence if they are properly mentored, they are now delivering projects. They are not only trainees, but they're delivering projects. As I'm talking to you now, the headquarters of automedics in Lagos is being built by my kids. Indeed, being built by a very innovative and very natural, material, laterite, compressed lateritic material, which is power saving, which has anti-ballistic qualities, which has aesthetically enriching visual effect, and it saves you from using mortar for bonding, it saves you from plastering, it saves you the cost of painting. So we are now delivering projects, and because whilst I was living here, I had some anxieties that could not let me translate the benefits of the monies I made here, translate them to real estate assets in Nigeria. I decided to go around the banks in Nigeria, talk to them, the banks that may be predisposed to giving mortgages to Nigerians in the diaspora. Some banks have agreed. They're coming to England with me on the 26th of September. Hilton, Ealing, Broadway, in the evening between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. The banks from Nigeria that are ready to give mortgages to people are here. I'll be there. Landowners from Nigeria are coming to talk to people. The good thing about this is that you're not giving any money to anybody. You are opening an account with a high street bank in Nigeria. Once you have opened the account, you either put money in your account or you don't put money in your account. But you will then apply to the bank for mortgage based on the fact that you work in England, and apart from working in England, you have a checkable, credible banking record in England. Once they use the two criteria to grant you mortgage facility, you, the bank, and my consortium will agree the quality of your project based on what you have been granted by the bank. Once you agree the quality of the workman of what your project should look like when it's finished, we also agree duration of the project, the time it must take. Now, because the bank has instructed me that they have granted you mortgage, I have people who will put the money down for me to deliver the project that has been tripartitely agreed between yourself, the bank, and my consortium. Once I finish the project and I give the key to the bank pays me off, I walk away. You will continue to pay your mortgage to the bank. But if you are smart, as I want to believe that many of those who are in the diaspora are smart, you will just raise money here in the diaspora because money is cheaper, and pay off the Nigerian bank, and you'll be having an asset based on a quality that a bank with a retinue of experts would have checked to have met the quality within a defined duration. If you can't pay off the mortgage immediately, at least you will take possession of your house either by direct habitation or by renting the property out. Whichever way you look at it, you are not giving money to anybody. Nobody is saying bring money. You are not even giving money to the bank. You are opening an account with the bank. You are applying for a facility. Once the bank grants the facility, based on the approval of your application for mortgage, you will have a house in Nigeria.
Wow.
A house that will meet your taste, built by Nigerians who are experts in the best of markets anywhere in the world, using the best of tools anywhere in the world. So if I finish a property for you, it must look like what you're used to seeing in England. Not that the door will be standing like a kwashiorkor, the rickety this thing, or when your window is supposedly shut, you could still watch a film through a cleavage or a crevice that's on the window. These people will deliver to the spec of projects that you see in places like Dubai, United Kingdom, and South Africa. And you know, the good thing about my consortium is that we've got experts across the trades. Masonry, as in bricklaying, plastering. We've got experts in plumbing. In the head of my plumbing department is a member of the World Plumbing Council. These people work by international plumbing codes, not the speculative Baba Musa Bamu, Baba Taju, Bano Paipu. You know, my head of electrical functions in England. England, yeah. Indeed, a major institution in England is consultancy in England, maintains that major institution in England. My head of civil engineering was one of those who built Terminal 3 in Dubai, Emirates Terminal 3, and maintained it for 6 years. Engineer Gochukunto, you know, so you will be getting a project delivered to you at the quality of the best markets in the world.
Well, we're going to see you on Naija Voices on Wednesday, definitely. So for those that are already logged in, make sure you tune in on Wednesday between the hours of 7 to 9 p.m. where one and only Gbola Oba will be discussing a little bit further on what we've already been discussing. But next week, Wednesday, the details is already there. Make sure if you can, if otherwise, we'll be bringing the live broadcast to you wherever you are. Your last message before you'll be joining me on Naija Voices. How has been the weather since you have arrived in London?
It's been very much like Lagos. As hot as Lagos.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
Well, as you can see, we'll definitely be back on Wednesday. Myself and Gbola Oba will be in the studio. Make sure you stay tuned. Once again, it's Olayomi Koiki. Boom.